Hi, I'm Amanda, and in this video, I'm going to go through a couple of different payment solutions so you can see kind of their features and decide which one's best for you. In particular, we're going to look at Melio and Veem. In most cases, Melio is probably going to be the preferred option, but Veem you might prefer in certain situations if you deal with a lot of international payments and things like that. They're both fairly similar in that they both let you manage your receivables and payables so you can pay your vendors and get paid by your customers. So we'll start with Melio. Um, what we want to look at first is kind of the different plans that they offer. They have 5 different plans, but really only 4 main plans. Their platinum plan is a custom plan for high volume businesses, so most small or medium businesses won't need that. So they have a free plan available, the Go plan. It is pretty limited. You only get 5 free ACH per month. And then it increases up to the unlimited plan, which is highlighted as their best value plan. You get unlimited free ACH and also an unlimited number of users, all for the flat $80 per month. So the other thing to know is that with the different plans, your customer service options also kind of vary. So you can see that with the Go plan, you do get customer support, but it's limited to live chat support and also email support. But then if you have the unlimited plan, you also get priority support, phone support, and also an account manager. So it really kind of differs depending on which plan you have. So the transaction fees are also important to look at. If with credit and debit cards, there's usually going to be a 2.9% fee. If you're making a global payment, you will have like an additional $20 flat fee. Bank account payments usually are going to be free with the ACH bank transfer, but it really kind of depends on the particular transaction, really. So that's kind of the main thing to look at. Just remember, really, with card, you are looking at that 2.9% fee. So we'll take a look at international payments because sometimes you are going to have to pay vendors in other countries. So they do have those capabilities. There are quite a few countries available that for international payments. You can see here, you can kind of look through this list. There's quite a few different countries. And currently, there's like 15 different currencies available, which is pretty good because it covers a lot of the main currencies. So that's just something to know. And then, as I said, global vendors, you will be hit with that $20 fee when you're paying in US dollars. So that's just something to know about that. We'll also take a look at kind of the timeline of your payments because the delivery timeline is important. Like fees are important to know about, monthly subscription is important, but really you want to know how fast your payments are going to get there. So they do have some really fast payment options like instant ACH, which arrives within minutes. Also same day ACH, kind of self-explanatory, same business day, same day wire transfer, things like that. It is going to depend on which method you're using though, because like check is going to take longer, 5 to 7 business days. But they do have some pretty fast options available that can happen within minutes. So that is good to know and can help you have your payment arrive really quickly. Next thing we're going to look at is kind of the accounting integrations that are available. So if you have an existing accounting software, Melio may be able to sync up with it, which is really good. So what you can see is you can sync your vendor details, outgoing payments, and incoming payments. Melio integrates with Xero, QuickBooks Online, and also QuickBooks Desktop, but that's only available if you have the Boost or Unlimited plans. So that's something to keep in mind. And then the other thing that it syncs with is Amazon Business. So if you have invoices through that, you can import them easily into Melio as well. Next thing is security. You want to keep your transactions really secure and keep your sensitive financial data safe. So they do have a lot of security features. They have all these different certifications that you can take a look at. They also have multi-factor authentication, 24/7 security monitoring. So yeah, that's kind of what you're looking at with Melio. So we will take a look now at Veem. Veem stands for Very Easy Exchange of Money. So we'll start by looking at the different fees and plans that they have. There's really only 2 plans available with Veem, a lot less than Melio. Basic plan is free, and the premium plan is about $25 per month. The main thing that you're going to see here with the basic and premium plans is you are looking at a $1 transaction fee per transaction when you're looking at domestic bank transfers under the basic plan. So that could add up over time. The premium plan, that is free, so you're not facing that fee anymore, and you also get access to like mass pay and also the accounting integrations, which are not available with the basic plan. So the cheapest and easiest way to pay through Veem is by using the Veem wallet. This can help you kind of hold different currencies, and it comes with every Veem account, and so that's just something to know. So the Veem wallet, yeah, it's included with every user profile, can hold up to 15 different currencies. So that's what you're going to want to know about that. So the fee structure, when you're paying with the Veem wallet, it is free to send and receive funds, but that doesn't mean it's completely free, because it does cost to fund the wallet and withdraw from the wallet if you're using a debit card. US debit card, you're looking at 1.5% to fund it, 2% to fund it with an international debit card. If you're using bank transfer, though, or wire transfer, that is completely free. So that's just something to know about that. Next, we're going to look at their international payment capabilities, because they do have a lot of that. That's kind of the main distinction between Melio and Veem. Melio does have a lot of international capabilities, but there's just more with Veem. You can see, like, they really keep on top of this. They're always evolving. So if there's a country or currency you need, you can get notified here when it arrives. And there's over 80 currencies across 100 countries. So that is a lot different than Melio, where you're limited to 15 currencies. So that's kind of how the international payments work. So we're going to look now at kind of the timelines. Similar to Melio, it is going to depend on which method you use. If you use the Veem wallet, there's some pretty instant delivery timelines, which is good to know. So they do have the fast payment options. And then, like Melio, some of the options are going to take longer. It just depends on what you're using. So keep that in mind. So now we're going to look at the accounting integrations that are available with Veem. Similar to Melio, they do integrate with QuickBooks Online and Xero, but they also integrate with NetSuite. So if you have that and want to sync up with that's good to know. But the one thing that they don't sync up with is QuickBooks Desktop. Melio lets you sync with that. Veem does not. So the other thing to know is customer support. That's something that's really important. They do have 24/7 live support with chat, email, and phone. So you can get in touch with someone, which is good to know. Last thing we're going to look at with Veem is the security features. It is pretty secure, similar to Melio. They do have a lot of features in place. They protect your transactions. They comply with these different standards. They have fraud protection and ways that you can report vulnerabilities if you notice them. So it is pretty similar to Melio in that way. They have two-factor authentication, stuff like that, so that there isn't, hopefully, unauthorized access to your account. So really, that's kind of the overview of both of these payment solutions. So they are pretty similar in a lot of ways, but the fee structure is going to differ a little bit, and also the kind of plans and features. In most cases, Melio is going to get the job done. That's going to be the preferred option for most cases. It's just pretty streamlined, and they have that QuickBooks Desktop integration capability that Veem does not have. And it does do a lot of international payments also in 15 currencies and in many different countries. So Melio is probably going to have you covered most of the time. Veem might be preferred in some cases where you have international payments that Melio doesn't cover, but Melio covers all the main currencies. So that's kind of the main thing to know. Between the two, so between the two of them, Melio is probably gonna have the edge in most cases. So that's just an overview of Melio and Veem. So I hope this helps you kind of choose between the softwares and see how they compare and how they differ. Thank you.